Good morning. My name's Vanessa. I thought I would just jump on here I didn't plan this, but I have to get ready for work. So I just thought I'd hop on, say hi, tell you, excuse me, a little bit about myself. Sorry, coffee hasn't kicked in. And do my makeup so you can see how I do it kind of on a normal basis. I'm going to swipe away comments because I'm going to use the screen as my mirror. But if you guys have any questions, comment below. I will check it. I will definitely answer you, and you'll probably get answers to it along the next couple of days in this party anyway. My name is Vanessa Short. I am a Saint beauty artist, and I'm so proud to be. I have been yesterday was my 3-year anniversary with Saint. I am also a licensed cosmetologist, and I've been doing that for 31 years. So it's been a while that I've been in the beauty business, but what I find amazing about this makeup is that people need no beauty experience, no makeup experience. I have girls on my team that literally have only worn makeup to like their wedding, and it's easy, it's fun, people love it, and I just love to share it with people. So I want to show you a little bit about it, and also just throw out there that this company has been so amazing to me, and this opportunity has been so amazing to me that I am actually retiring from hair early at the end of this year so that I can do the makeup full time because I love it so much. All right, enough about that. Let's get to the real stuff that you're here for, the makeup. So I want to show you, this is just my personal compact. It's probably a little bit dirty. This is what I use on a regular daily basis. This is also what I travel with. It's cream makeup. The foundations are, and then we have powder eyeshadows, but they're really creamy too. It's kind of nice. But everything is in one compact that we customize for you. So it's whatever your colors are, whatever colors you like, that's what we use. This is so cool to travel with though, because there's no liquid, so I don't have to put it in a Ziploc bag. I could go on and on, but I need to get ready for work, so I want to show you how fast and easy this is. I'm going to use a method called the cheetah method, or some people call it like the zebra stripes or something like that. It's really easy. I'm going to apply most of it with my finger. I'm going to blend it with a brush. You can also blend it with a perfector sponge, and you can't mess up, okay? So this is what we're going to do. When you get color matched, which I definitely recommend that you send in a selfie to Lynn or myself. They're safe with us, by the way. We don't send them anywhere. They're just for us to color match, for me to color match you. But normally you'll get 2 different highlight colors. I'm a little extra, so I like 3. But you'll get a main color, and then you'll get a brightening color. These are foundations. Foundation, concealer, we call them highlights. I love to recommend 2 because then you can mix them together and you can get a mid color, like if your skin changes a little bit during the season. Then I've got in here my contour, my bronzer. You can see how different contour and bronzer are. One is cool and one is warm. This is an illuminator, so that gives that little shine on your cheekbone or down your nose. You can use it on your eyes. And then on the bottom, I've got my powder and I've got my eyeshadows. And then this is a new product called a brush cleaning tile. I'll show you that when we do the eyes. So let's just get to this really quick. I am going to dip my finger in my main color. This is really creamy. A little bit goes a long way. When people first get their makeup, I recommend this method of applying it because if they start applying it with a brush, they tend to use too much. It's just so different because there's no water content, so it's not a diluted color. It's quite pigmented. So I'm even going to take that little bit darker one, and I'm just going to put a little bit where I'm darkest under my eyes. And then I'm going to take my brightening color. Maybe I won't use that middle one just so I don't confuse you. I'm going to go down my nose. You can put a little bit in between your eyebrows right here if you want. I always put some in the inner corner, the outer corner. And then I always feel a little bit hollow right here. So I just add a little bit of that lighter color there. Let me make sure I got enough on my red nose. I always have a red nose. Okay, so I've got that on. Let me get up close so you can see. It's just dots. This is why it's called cheetah, because it's just cheetah dots, it looks like. Then I'm going to take my contour. Your contour is going to be a little bit stiffer consistency, but it's still a cream, so you can kind of rub into it a little bit more. This is where people get scared. Don't. It's so easy. I'm just going to find my cheekbone. I'm going to draw a little line right there with my finger. You can do this with a brush if you want to. I actually like to use my finger because I can feel it. And I put it on my cheekbone, not underneath. I just feel like it's a little bit more uplifting. You can be super sloppy with this. If you have a 5 head, like I do, or I don't really have a giant forehead, but you know, or if you have like little weak spots in your hairline, this is a perfect way to fill that in. If you have a tiny forehead, you probably won't need it up there at all. You can put this on your nose to contour your nose. My nose is a little bit more bulbous at the bottom, so I only contour here. I don't need to contour here, I don't feel like, because I'm already thin there. So I'm just going to draw 2 little lines. Whatever's left over, I'm going to put under my lip, creates a little shadow, and then I'm going to add a little bit along my jawline. And I know what you're thinking, what the heck is she doing? If you haven't seen this method before, I had never seen it before. It's pretty cool. And then I'm going to save my bronzer and my illuminator for later. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in here? Cheek color. Everybody needs cheek color. Well, I have a ton of those, so let me just grab a cheek color out of here. I can't believe I forgot that. I'll just grab this one. And I'm going to take a little bit of it, and I'm going to put it right here. You can do this after also, but this all blends together seamlessly, so you can also use it on your lips. You can even use it on your eyes. So we'll use a little bit of that. And then I'm going to do my eye makeup very quickly. I just put mascara on, so I would save a little bit of time. If I don't see your comments, I have them swiped away, but I'm here to answer your questions. I'll come back to those and look at those, okay? So I'm grabbing the bottom part of my palette now, my compact, and I'm going to put my eyeshadow on. I'm not going to do a ton of explaining. I always say that, and then I over-explain. I'm just going to kind of get some on so that you can see how easy it is. And if you're just hopping on right in the middle, when I have all these dots on my face, this is called the cheetah method. And I know it looks crazy, but don't you worry. Okay, while I'm doing this though, let me show you this. This is the brush cleaning tile. I usually start with my light color first and then I go darker. I think I'm going to use a little bit of this one today. It's kind of a... it's one of those colors that looks good on every single person. It's got a slight shimmer to it. It's kind of a purpley, mauvey, gray. It's just kind of that perfect in-between color for everybody. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in my crease and just above my crease. I'm a super sloppy eyeshadow person, so I just get it on there, and then I'm going to grab this fluffy brush and I'm going to blend it. And then if you want to use this brush again, but you've got some eyeshadow on, this is what this little brush cleaning tile comes in really handy for. It just kind of takes some of that excess off of there so that you're not, like if you wanted to dip into a lighter color, you wouldn't be mixing the dark and the light together. It's a handy little tool. I like they called it a tool. I'm liking where this is going. I think I just need to add a little bit of darker right here. And this is there's some eyeshadow tutorials coming up tomorrow or the next day, but this is where I have a little bit of hooded eyes, heavy eyelids. So if I were to just put, let me just grab a dark brown here. If I were to just put it right where my crease is, and this is what most people do, they'll put it right there, and then when they open their eye, it all disappears. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to put it there. And again, remember, I said I was sloppy, don't worry. And then we're going to actually look straight ahead and keep our eyes open, and we're going to put a little bit above. And if you just want to put a dot there to guide you, that's easy too. Okay, so now your color's not going to disappear. Flip that over. I'm just going to blend with the fluffy side. And don't worry about this drying out because it's cream and it has no water content. I love doing my eyes like this if I have any fallout, which usually with our eyeshadows we don't. But if you do, you can kind of clean up your mistakes afterwards. And the bonus to this is that the cream makeup is warming up to your skin, so it's going to blend like butter. You will be shocked because I know that you're thinking I'm nuts. I know you think that. It's okay though. All right, let's just grab a little bit of this illuminator color. I'm going to put some on my cheekbones later, but I'm going to put a little bit right there under my brow. And then I think I'm just going to take my lighter highlight color, the brightening color that I call it, and I'm just going to brighten right here. Yes, this is a cream and the eyeshadow was powder, but don't you worry, they all blend together beautifully. And remember, I stuck some blush on my eyelids before I even started. So you can't mess up. I will say that a lot. I believe it. You'll believe it. I'm also going to take this little brush. I'm going to dip into that dark brown and I'm going to do my eyebrows. So same thing, eyeshadow. You can use these eyeshadows wet or dry. If you use them wet, they make an amazing eyeliner. Or if you're using any of the glittery colors, it's going to just give it that much more intensity. So I always fill in my brows from my arch. I always start at my arch because that's where I'm the weakest, I feel like. And this one doesn't arch as nicely as the other one, so I always add kind of a little extra little dot there. And just kind of get that. And then I'm going to use the same color as my eyeliner. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on that upper lid. I'm a little quirky, you guys, if you haven't noticed it yet. I'm a little bit different, but that's okay. I can still show you how to do makeup, right? So I can close this eye really well and do this, but I can't do it with the other eye. If I try, they just both close. I'm like a broken doll. You know, remember those little dolls? They were so creepy. All right, I'm taking this brush again. I'm getting off track here. I'm just going to blend that to make it a little bit softer. Just like that. If you happen to hear my dogs bark, it could happen anytime because we have people moving in next door and my dog is in here. And if he sees him out the window, he might bark. Okay, eyes are done. You ready to blend the face? And then we'll just add a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to grab a brush. This one is called the Blush and Bronzer. This is the classic model. The classic model. So if you order a blush and bronzer brush, it's going to look like this now. This is the new ones. They just came out. They're so beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to take the small side and I'm going to blend. And I actually like to start with my lighter color and blend it first. This stuff is so easy. So I'm just kind of swirling, swiping a little bit. If you feel like this brush is too big around your eyes, there is no reason why you can't take your finger and blend it like that. You just pat it in. It just like melts into your skin, just like butter. It's the coolest stuff. Oh, wrong side. I'm going to use that side for my blush, or for my bronzer at least. Okay, so I've got my light color blended. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me get up on here. And then I'm going to use the same brush, I didn't wipe it off, to do my contour and my cheek color. And I'm just going to make sure that I kind of go up it in an up motion. I don't want to drag that contour down. I don't want to look like I have a 5 o'clock shadow. And this is sometimes why I apply the cheek color after I blend this part, because sometimes I want more. But you can't mess up. You can put it in any order you want. Don't forget your nose. I forget my nose a lot. Okay. It's all blended. It's beautiful. It's like skin. It's like perfect skin. It always amazes me and how quick it is. The last thing that I like to do is if I have any blemishes, I save them till the end. So I'm going to dip back into my main highlight, which is my darker foundation. And I'm just going to dot it just where I have a few little unwanted guests, and then I dab it with my finger to blend it. I'm just so red right there. So just dab it until it disappears. And then if you like the dewy look, you can stop here. I'm going to use a little bit of powder. So this is our powder. I'm running low, but you know what? I'm just going to use the same brush because you can. The powder is a powder. It's called vanilla dust. And I'm just going to set around my eyes and my nose, and then wherever I covered a blemish. It just sets it in there better. And now I'm going to add bronzer. Our bronzer is cream. It doesn't matter that I just apply powder, don't you worry. So here's the bronzer. It's really creamy. You don't need a lot. I'm just dabbing in a little bit, and I'm going to put that on the high points of my face. And bronzer's just going to give a glow. It's different than contour. So maybe I won't need any more cheek color. But it helps tie in your neck, and got a little extra there. And it just blends everything in. You can use your cheek color on your lips. And then the last thing is illuminator, and I'm going to put this on my cheekbone. We have cream illuminators and powder illuminators. This is a cream. It's called Rose Gold. Kind of looks good on every skin tone, I think. The creams are going to be a little bit more subtle candlelit glow, and the powders are going to give you a little bit more of a shimmer. And the powders work great as eyeshadows too. So you can kind of put this wherever you want a little shimmer. Works great as lip gloss. And that's it. That's how I do my makeup on a regular basis. You're going to see a couple of other ways to do it. Tomorrow I'm going to do tinted moisturizer. So with tinted moisturizer, it's going to be a little bit even lighter, more natural, quick, easy. So I always spend more time because I'm yapping, but I hope that you guys got value out of this. You can kind of incorporate any of these things with your current makeup if you're not ready to jump in, but you'll start to see how easy and how time-saving it is to have everything in here instead of shuffling through a makeup bag or a drawer. I didn't realize how much time I spent on that. So there it is. This is my compact. If you want one during this class or even right after, anytime really, this is no pressure. I don't want to just sell you stuff, okay? I want to teach you. I want to make your life easier. I want you to feel beautiful every single day, whether you wear makeup or not. That is my goal, and that's what I love about this. So thanks for watching. Questions, comment below, and you can send selfies to Lynn and I. There'll be little instructions on how to do that, the best selfie. It's usually in front of a window with natural light, okay? So again, here's my makeup. I'm all done. I'm ready to go to work, and I hope you have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow.